Hello everybody and welcome to an episode of A Tip to Succeed. This is going to be a very super quick video. So we're going to start with the fixtures from today onwards. Crystal Palace versus Leicester. This is going to be a good game for Leicester. They're probably going to take a cheeky little victory. Crystal Palace are down in the dumps and minus Wilfried Zaha, they don't look like they've got a plan B right now. They're trying to play a bit more expansive football. So if I was an FPL manager, I'd be looking at putting in a Leicester defender potentially if you have the cash. If you don't and you're not playing Harry Kane, make sure you play Jamie Vardy. You need to have one out of the two. Next game, Chelsea versus Aston Villa. This is a tough one to call. Chelsea have just gone through a drubbing, so I wouldn't put in any Chelsea defenders. Aston Villa have that knack to score a goal. Saying that, I wouldn't put any Aston Villa defenders in either. So you're looking at someone like Anwar El-Ghazi or Jack Grealish to have in your team. And if you're looking at a Chelsea player, I think this is the sort of game that Timo Werner should be able to finally break his goal drought. Everton versus Manchester City, again a tough one. A player to look out for would be Sergio Aguero. Is it time to bring him in at 10.2 million? It's probably the cheapest he will go this FPL season. As a result, you're looking at a... Although Everton have been playing okay, I would go for a Manchester City victory here. Brighton versus Arsenal. Brighton have actually played quite well, but they don't pick up results. Similar can be said to Arsenal in terms of the metrics that Mikel Arteta goes on about, but I think Arteta's team are now going to go from strength to strength for the next few weeks, and I would actually put an Arsenal victory. If you can afford to, bring in Lacazette. If you can't, look at the cheaper alternatives such as Martinelli or Bukayo Saka. Saka's I think down to 5.1 million. Burnley versus Sheffield United. So I've gone for a tricky one here. I've said go for Sheffield United defenders. They've got 3 fixtures coming up in which they can keep clean sheets, and the defenders at a low that they have never been at. So the likes of Egan or even Ampadu at 4.3 million is a budget defender to put in. Southampton versus West Ham United. This is a tough one to call. I think Southampton do have the quality to score a goal, and they'll be desperate to get a goal after that Fulham performance. West Ham do also have that same capacity. Bednarek and Vestergaard versus the likes of Souček and Haller would be a good watch. I think this is a game that West Ham could get stuck in, so I would go for a Southampton victory and potentially a clean sheet. So if you've got a Southampton defender, play him. West Brom versus Leeds, very tough to call. A lot of people are saying put Bamford in. I would say do not put Bamford in because I think Big Sam will have a tactic for that. Potentially a low-scoring game. Again, maybe a 1-1 draw here. Is the time to bring in someone like Charlie Austin and Colin Grant? I'm not sure. If you've not got Bamford, I'm not really sure who to put in for this one. Man United versus Wolves, I am going to go for a Manchester United victory, and the reason for this is Wolves only played last night and they're playing again on Tuesday, so the legs are going to be slightly more tired. In terms of United, you need to have Bruno Fernandes. If you don't, either Rashford or Martial, one of those two as your budget players, but you need to have at least one out of those 3 and potentially 2 if you can afford it. Spurs versus Fulham. Boring football from Spurs recently, but I think they will grind out another clean sheet here. They've got quite a few already this season, so if you've got a Spurs defender, fantastic. They are quite expensive. Fulham, on the other hand, they've tightened up the ship, so if you can buy a Fulham defender in, it might be worth doing it. I think Anthony Robinson at left back is 4.4 million, so again a budget defender, and it looks like Fulham are going to keep quite a few clean sheets going forward. And the final game of the week, Newcastle versus Liverpool. So this is where Liverpool could bank quite a few goals. Newcastle have been struggling recently. And if Callum Wilson doesn't play, they don't have that attack to stretch the defence of Liverpool and give them food for thought. I would say, in terms of a captain, go for either Fernandes or Salah. If you've got them. If you haven't, sort your team out pretty much. You're going to struggle otherwise. Other big scoring players, if you look at those fixtures, Kevin De Bruyne, I wouldn't think he's been struggling recently, so maybe Sergio Aguero. And in terms of Southampton, you might get quite a few points for James Ward-Prowse today if he nicks a goal or gets a goal assist or double assist from corners. I think that would be my tip for the week and a tip to succeed. So best of luck, everybody, and let me know what you think about this on both YouTube and Instagram. Take care. Peace.